Welcome to another episode in Detour 2020, produced by You Define Wellness. I'm Denise O'Malley and the founder of our company. So if you've been watching these videos, you know that we're talking about detours because we've all been given a very large detour in life. And what we want to do is we want to deliver free information to help you cope with the unprecedented time we live in with COVID-19. Topics will range from supporting your immune system, relationships, stress, and more. Our guest speaker today will be Thomson of Imagine If Coaching and Consulting, and we're going to be talking about grounding, centering, and energetic protection. But let me be clear that our purpose is not to provide medical advice, but rather to help or support you during this time. It is your job as the participant to evaluate the information we discuss and determine if it is appropriate for you. And we encourage you to consult with your healthcare providers before changing or adding any thoughts that we discuss today. I should let you know that I myself have no medical training. I am a reformed insurance agent and one who has had to find my own path to healthy living. And my role here is to be a conduit of information presenting to you the people that I know. And with that having been said, help me welcome Thomson. Rod, so glad that you could join me today.
Thank you, Denise.
So we're going to be talking about grounding, centering, and energetic protection. And what you know is that I really need that today. So I'm really interested in this conversation. So tell me a little bit about where you want to go with this conversation today.
Okay, so with recent events, especially with recent events, this is actually applies to your daily life. But given that we are dealing with the pandemic, it becomes even more important. So we're going to be talking about why it's important to ground yourself, center, and protect. And I'm going to talk about things of some suggestions on how you can do those three.
Okay. So let's start with grounding. I think there are a lot of people who probably don't really understand what that means. Can you describe it?
So grounding is getting yourself firmly connected to earth. And recently we've been thinking about this from the root chakra perspective, because root chakra is your security. And right now, everybody's security has been probably challenged.
That's a very kind way to say it.
So it's important for us to get that root chakra, healthy and active again. And one of the ways to do that is to ground yourself. And one of the ways I was originally taught to do this is to, well, first of all, plant your feet firmly on the floor. And you can do this standing, you can do this sitting, you can do this riding in a car. My wife likes to do this when she's in a passenger seat in my car. So, and then you can visualize, so you're going to be connecting to earth, so you can visualize roots, like tree roots, coming out of the bottom of your feet and into the earth. And if you like, you can actually tap those roots into the crystals of the earth. So amethyst, that's a good one, right? You might try some coral because that's red. Kind of get those roots in there into the energy of the earth. And then you can just visualize that energy coming up through those roots into the bottom of your feet, and it can just fill your body. Okay? So now, that's working on grounding, right? And if I'm doing a healing session, it's important to be, one of the ways they show that you're grounded is if you kind of stand, and if someone tries to push you over and you don't fall over, then you're grounded. Okay, so part of it is also centering your body such that it's well balanced. Okay, so if you're standing on one foot trying to do this, you're probably not really well grounded.
Right. Never heard it explained that way. That's a good explanation. Okay.
So you feel comfortable with the grounding aspect?
I do. And, I've done a lot of grounding exercises before. I've never had it explained this way. And I have to tell you that as you were going through it, I was feeling like there were roots coming out of the bottom of my feet, going through the chair pad, going through the carpeting and the cement into the earth that is underneath. And it's kind of a fun feeling.
Mother Earth has a lot of energy in it that we can tap into, just like the universe has a lot of energy that we can tap into.
Yeah, my legs are tingling, my shins and calves. That's kind of cool. Okay. I like that. And then, so that's, and you talked about the grounding, you talked about the centering. Is there more that we would need to know on centering? Because I think I've actually done that exercise where you've tried to push people over and see whether or not you're centered. What about when you're sitting in a chair and
So
centering?
let's talk more about centering, because we
Okay.
didn't quite fully talk about centering.
Okay.
Because that was really being grounded is
Right.
you're firmly on the ground. Centering is coming into yourself. So that involves taking a few deep breaths, really bring that air into your lungs, and exhaling that. And when you're doing this, you're going to want to
Mm.
inhale peaceful, calm, healing energy. And then when you release, you want to release any negative emotions, any pain that you might be feeling, any stress, any tension. Breathe that out. And then when you breathe in, peace, calm, healing. Breathing out tension, any toxins, any pain. And then when you're doing this, just kind of check with yourself. How am I feeling? How's my mood? How's my mental health? How's my physical health? Just coming into that place of being you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So those who haven't done centering exercises before, it's it's obviously that easy to do, and it's by saying the words mentally or hearing the words is enough to experience those words and feelings, and
Mhm.
the good coming in and the bad going out, the positive coming in, the negative going out.
Right.
Hmm.
Yep.
Awesome.
So, yep. So now you're grounded and now you're centered.
And now the energetic protection. That's the one I have no idea that you're going to be talking about. So I'm really interested.
And this is really important.
Hmm.
So energy protection is you're probably familiar with your energetic field. Some people
Hmm.
call it your aura, right?
Hmm.
So
Yes.
that expands out from your body. And this is actually quite complex topic, but we're not going to get into that because that can be a whole hour discussion.
Right.
Uh, so, um, so just envision that you have this field around you, and I like to have it at least um, out to my fingertips with my arms extended.
Hmm.
Okay, going beyond that is even better. Now, there are times when it's not possible because you're sitting in the center seat of a plane, which you're
Hmm.
not doing probably much now, but
Right.
and you're going to have to bring that in closer to you. But in general, um, get that energy field out there.
Hmm.
Now, what I'm going to have you do though is I'm going to have you visualize a light coming down from the clouds, and this can be any color you choose. If you don't have a
Hmm.
color preference, just envision white.
Hmm.
Have it come in through the top of your head and feel your body from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Okay. And as you're centering, you can visualize how that energy expands outward from your body, surrounding you with this healing and protective light. Okay. All the way around you, above your head, below your feet. And you're going to set an intent. You're going to set an intent that only positive energy can come into your space. All unwanted energy remains outside your space. Okay. One technique some people use is to visualize mirrors on the outside of your field reflecting outward.
Hmm.
So anything that you don't want that comes towards you gets reflected away.
Hmm.
Okay, and we're going to send it out to the universe for the universe to turn it into positive. It doesn't have to be reflected back to the person who's the source or the situation that's the source. We're just going to,
Hmm.
it's going to reflect back into the universe and converted from negative toxic energy into positive energy. Okay.
So in
Now,
doing that, let me just interject here. I felt If you're watching this video, I hope you're doing this as we're going along, and hopefully you're experiencing some of the things that I'm doing. I felt some tingling going on in my fingers on the tips as we're talking about the energetic field out there. And that's a natural feeling to
Hmm.
get. There's all kinds of different sensations one might be experiencing, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now, why this is all important, especially now, is when you do happen to go into a well, first of all, you should always do this at the beginning of the day.
Hmm.
And then I recommend doing it throughout the day using, if you're working with clients,
Hmm.
do it before a client. If you're doing energy work, you should be doing this before every client,
Hmm.
right? Um, but if you're not doing energy work and you're just going from meeting to meeting to meeting, just let those meetings be a trigger to remind you of, okay, I need to ground, center, and protect myself. Okay. Now let's talk about going into the world today.
Hmm.
Okay. So yesterday was my grocery store day.
Hmm.
Okay. So ground, center, and protect before I leave the house. And what I found once I was in the grocery store, I was doing this frequently.
Really?
Anytime I felt some anxiety coming on to me,
Hmm.
you take the breath, you reground, you center, and you protect yourself. Because, so as a side note, you want to make sure that your energy level is high, right? And I know you've been in calls with other people where we're talking
Hmm.
about the frequency of
Yes.
your vibration, your energy level, how you want that high to help protect yourself from those lower vibration things, such as disease.
Hmm.
Okay. So that's what I'm doing in the store. Nobody knows I'm doing it. Of course, there's not that many people around me.
Now, just a visual here, guys. Rod's not walking in the grocery store, standing inside the door, putting his arms all the way out, and having people look at him like he's this crazy person. You don't have to do it that way
Right,
in public. Yes.
right. Yeah, you're just setting the intent. You're
Hmm.
mentally going through these steps of firmly planting your feet on the ground, taking a
Hmm.
few deep breaths, and getting that space around you protected. Okay. And what this is, one of the things it's doing, it's kind of like a meditation, right?
Hmm.
So you're actually getting out of any negative space. Like I said, I was
Yeah.
feeling some anxiety, um,
Yeah.
which is not normal for me. I don't normally go out in public and feel anxiety, but I'm an introvert, so that does happen occasionally. But with what's going on now, you're just extremely focused. Over the intercom, they're telling you keep your distance and stuff like that. So there's a constant reminder that there's something out there that we can't see. And so you need to make sure that you're staying at a higher vibration. And this is one way to help do that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great tip and help for people. Who are already anxious about the world events and then having to venture out into the grocery store as a perfect example because it's one of the few things that we can do.
Mhm,
Absolutely. That is a great tip.
mhm. And if you are doing some healing,
Hmm.
and so one of the things I'm encouraging other people to do, because my wife and I are doing this, is sending out healing energy around the world.
Mm.
One of the things I caught myself with the other night was I was starting to feel some anxiety. I'm like, oh, I'm picking up the emotions from the world, and it's like, stop, ground, center, protect, and then resume. So be
Yeah.
conscious of what you're feeling,
Hmm.
because that will give you a hint as to when things are being compromised and you need to reset. Hit that reset button. I think that's your statement.
Well, I say that all the time. Yes, we do have to. Life has given us a huge reset button right now. It's our opportunity to um, learn about ourselves, practice new techniques, grow as human beings if we so take advantage of that opportunity to be doing this. And especially right now with all the anxiety going on in the world, if you stay away from 24/7 news if you can, take the information that you need but there is so much negativity. And what you mentioned about frequencies, that we don't have the time on this call to really dive into it, but everybody knows, everybody has felt the negative or
Hmm.
the low frequencies, the anger, the fear, the anxiety, the grief, and all of these. And everybody has felt the high frequencies of happiness and joy and all of those. And that we really can take ourselves up to that level. And it doesn't mean that you're oblivious to what's going on in the world. But, you know, even when you're in the grocery store, when you're at the higher frequency and you are smiling at other people with that smile of, hey, we're all in the same boat kind of a thing, we might as well greet each other and say hello. You're going to raise their vibration up too.
Hmm.
That's one of my favorite things to do at the grocery store these days. Just see how many people I can smile at and that will smile back to me.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyways. Okay. So anything more that we want to add on that energetic protection? That was awesome. I love the grounding. I love the centering. I love that energetic protection.
No, I think that pretty much covers it.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do now is, for those of you who are watching this video and saying, hey, this is a guy that I think I want to work with and I want to learn more about. I am showing you right now his website. It's imagineifcoachingconsulting.com. And Rod, you work with people anywhere in the world by phone and internet, right?
Right. Most of our services can be available. We do focus on the United States just so that we
Hmm.
avoid regulations and stuff. So we are
Right.
US based.
Okay. Awesome. And, you know, go over, check out their website. You can reach out to Rod through the website. Just go over to contact us, learn more about what it is that he does and the work that he's putting out in the world, and can absolutely help you with this. If you're wanting more support, you want to go deeper, this is your go-to guy for that. And one of the other things, since I'm on the internet and showing you things right now, is I'm going to show you the You Define Wellness Facebook page. Just put in you as in YOU, Define Wellness, and Facebook, and you will find our page. We have something new. If you go over to notes, it's the fourth item down. We have a new thing for everyone, and that is a list of online webinars, classes, and more. These are all live. And we encourage you to go over here and take a look. We'll be updating it every single day. We're going to be adding more to it. And this is something that will be continuing going even after this crisis has passed. And for videos, recorded videos, you can check out our YouTube channel. We have over 100 videos there. They're also listed on our website at you as in YOU, definewellness.com. Just go to the resources tab and go to the Healthy Living Library, and you will find a ton of videos in there just to help you, support you on your wellness path. And so many of the topics, even if they were recorded a few years ago, they're timely today. So last thoughts, Rod.
Yeah, actually, if you want to pull up our page again, so you left off speaking about resources, and um,
Yes, that
I
is
want to
a good one.
I want to let people know that we've also been, bombarded with a lot of links. So what my wife has done is she has compiled, taken a lot of those links. She kind of does a little bit of a check before she puts them on the page, and she has listed those out. Some of those will stay after this situation is over.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people are out there offering things during this COVID-19 pandemic. So go there and check out museums and you know.
Oh, this is a resource for every parent that is dealing with stay-at-home kids, and for those who are twiddling their thumbs, you know, because they're not used to just being at home and they don't want to just watch TV or read a book. Hey, there's a great things in here to broaden your knowledge, classes, oh my gosh, you guys have done a fantastic job. Kudos to your wife on this.
Yep, and
This
of
is
course
fantastic.
there's
Hmm.
also working from home tips, since my wife and I have worked from home and we've worked from home with kids and
Oh, yeah, look at that. Tips for working from home.
yep.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you for reminding me about that. I know that you were doing it and I haven't looked at it recently. This is fantastic. You've really expanded it since the last time that,
Yep, changing
uh,
every day.
yeah, yeah. No, that's fantastic. So, any last words? Okay.
Not for me.
Thank you everyone for watching this video. Don't forget to check out our library of other topics that you can dive into, especially if you have a little free time on your hands right now. And Rod, thank you very much for doing this. I appreciate it. I am looking forward to the next video that we're going to be doing with you.
Okay, thank you.